This is a very special and lovely time to wish all the Smithians a lovely day and express my love for you, that you will do well in life and that you are very close to my heart. Today I have been asked to speak about a person whom I never thought I would ever have to speak, and out of the blue I have to speak about my very dear uncle Mr. Sodhi. And down the memory lane I have to think about him, the time I spent with him, the impression he left on the lives of others, and all I can gain is he was a magnetic personality. A person who met him once would come back again to meet him. He was so open, so welcoming, so lovely to people, talking to them, advising them, sharing his wisdom, and very hospitable. He was married to my aunt, who was very dear to us, and a very beloved aunt who was very popular in the family, and so he also became a lovely and a very popular son-in-law. Elders, old people, younger people, all respected him and honored him. He had a very special personality and he could impress people a lot. And as I remember, during the transition period in the school, when the school was facing storm in the dark time, and we were all in front line and he was at the back, and he was like a big wall supporting us, a wall which would never fall, a wall which would be steady and stay. He gave us good support for the school. This school was his dream, and he really loved this school, and he wanted to rise to school to see the sky, and he would have been very happy if he had been here to see the school doing so well. I must say that he was a very social man, a helpful man. People would go to him for advice, to get a job, to arrange marriages, to spend time with him, and he would always welcome people and support. I admire him as a husband also. He was a very loving husband, and I hardly saw a man who would love his wife so much, my auntie Pauline. He would always say, "Karoron mein meri bibi ek hai." Every time he met people, he would say, "Karoron mein meri bibi ek hai." She was also such a lovely person with all the talent, sewing, cooking, gardening, knitting, hospitality. And so they were both happy together and an example for all of us, the youngsters. Mr. Sodhi was also very fond of dressing and a high sense of dressing. He lived a good life, good in style. He had a good wardrobe. We never saw him pajama and kurta. He would go to the breakfast table all well suited with a tie, bow, whatever he would wear. Always neat and tidy and always punctual. I spent some lovely time with him during the school transition period, and I found him so simple and nice at times. At times he would just eat whatever was on the table, would not fuss, because he was a man who could really have wonderful life he had in his past, and he came down to earth for all this. He would come down to the earth to accept everything what came his way. I'm happy that I had an uncle like him, and a person who could look after the school and support the school and brought the school to this standard. And I'm also very happy that I was his niece and he loved us so much. I really pay all my tribute to him, honor him, respect him today, and it's a lovely, beautiful time to celebrate his birthday today. And as we gather here to tribute, I offer my tribute and honor to him, and also to you all. Thankfully that the school has come up to this standard, I want to wish you all the best. You must sow seeds that will bear fruit, children. My teachers also, I would leave a message. Please sow seeds, and the seeds will be fruitful of kindness, of love, of forgiveness. This is what his message. Once again, I want to pay my tribute to my uncle, who was so dear to us, and a very nice and a pleasant personality, The memories remain, the people are not there, but the memories cannot be washed away. So I also stand here in his memory, thinking of him as a lovely person who was a good advisor to the youngsters and to the adults and to the older people. His wisdom, his intelligence, his everything can be remembered. Thank you.
Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. We remember him as a person who had the heart that cared completely, the smile that brought pleasure, and the love that brought joy beyond measures.
Thank you so much for asking me to say a few words about Sodhi uncle. Sodhi uncle, as we used to call him fondly, he was a thorough gentleman, a delightful company, very, very well groomed, well dressed. I clearly remember in those days, Sodhi uncle used to have the best of the suits, and he was so well dressed. He used to wear his tie and everything, very in a crisp uniform. He used to be around, and he was a strict father. If I can remember, he was a very strict father. At the same time, he was such an indulgent human being as well. He was so caring towards Pauline auntie, towards big auntie. There are memories of him, Pauline auntie and big auntie are rushing through my mind. May his soul rest in peace. God bless his soul. Thank you.
Late Mr. P.M Sodhi, son of late Mr. M Sodhi, Commissioner of District Kunja, a scion of one of the oldest well-known families of Punjab, was born on 24th March 1916 in Gujrawala, now in Pakistan. Being a brilliant student, he completed BA, CAIIB and topped in Punjab.
I am one of the nephew of Mr. P.M Sodhi, Anita's father. As he is related to me as an uncle, he was the one to see me first when I was born. When he was in Calcutta as a general manager, I remember he was a general manager of the Braithwaite companies working for the German company, where under him there were at least 2,000 workers working. He was a very strict person about the discipline, about the behavior, about the habits of all things to be very perfect.
He was an outstanding sportsman, being the skipper of the cricket 11 of his college, represented school and college in lawn tennis, and was an avid golfer who won many championships and trophies. He was adjudged the best singer in the All India Youth Music Festival in 1932.
He started his career in the Imperial Bank of India, now the State Bank of India, and after having served different organizations in Lucknow, Allahabad, Jabalpur and Varanasi, he ended his career by serving the BBJ group, which built the Howrah Bridge in West Bengal for 25 years as its CEO.
As I learned from his life along with him, when I used to be sitting with him or going somewhere along with him, I used to just admire and see the way he used to behave, the way he used to talk, the way he used to give some suggestions of good things to be a good person. I was the one who always used to be along with him wherever he wanted to go. I used to take him and help, and I had so many good times with him. After a long time, he was the one who got everything affiliated for school, the affiliation of the school from Lucknow.
After retirement, he dedicated his life to social service and worked from communal harmony in Kanpur, Delhi and Varanasi. It was with
the efforts of Mr. P.M Sodhi along with his wife Mrs. Pauline Sodhi, niece of founder Mrs. and Mr. W. H. Smith, that Smith School got the no objection certificate from UP government, followed by the affiliation to the Council for ISC Examinations at New Delhi, and later on the recognition for starting ISC class 12th in 1996. He left for his heavenly abode in 1997 of the 1st of February. Your life was a blessing, your memory a treasure. You are loved beyond words and missed beyond measure. Remembering a life well led and all the joy it brought to so many, in memory of a truly amazing person,